Hi Gemini, how are you guys? My name is Ascending Synergy Tarot. I'll be doing a spiritual message here for us for March 21st to April 1st. Guys, thank you so much for coming to this channel. The intent is to heal, to gain as much clarity as needed for my group of Geminis. If you're looking for a personal message here, please click the link below. It's called ascendingsynergy.com, and I do one-on-one virtual messages and personal messages there, okay? Alrighty, so the intent really is to get to the root. That is the intent always for this message. So Spirit Guides, what message that you have for Geminis? March 21st to April 1st, Spirit Guides, what message that you have for Geminis? It's not linear, so just know that these messages could have already happened or experienced, or these are messages moving forward in our life, okay? The intent is for May 21st to April 1st. So we have balance that came out here. The glare is horrible. Alright, so I can't get it. Maybe. But this is balance. So Cancer just had this message here. The bottom of the deck is intention. So this definitely feels like if you have Cancer in your chart, or if this is have anything to do with Cancer, I will suggest looking at their message. But this is like really coming into complete balance of things. Knowing thyself is what I'm getting with this energy as well. 48 breaking down to a 2. 1 plus 2, 12, and then breaking out to a 3. So that's all about childlike energy, Jupiter's blessings. That's about life coach energy, communication styles. This is the energy of balance that helps you recognize yourself. It is you, if you are true to your feelings, if you recognize your own truth, nothing will be able to disturb your balance. Okay? And that's where the intention lies in. Like, really, I feel like the overall message is really check in on your intentions, what your true intent is that really brings forth your truth. What is your truth? What is your intention behind your truth? And really tapping into that message. These messages are intent to really heal from the inside out, guys. I just felt like you guys was like, wait, this is too much. So, I don't know what, because I know that we like to keep it really light, but it's important, imperative for us to understand what inside out energy means. And that means that, you know, in order for us to understand the collective energy, it's important to understand our own internal energy. So yeah, I would definitely say research more into who you are and your intentions. And it feels like a lot of people are laughing, but you have to ask yourself, why are you laughing? What is the intent that is being backed up? Some people's intentions are really not okay, whether it's you or somebody else's, and you needing to understand people's true intentions. What are they truth? Somebody could be laughing it all. Like, oh, it's like, ugh, something about you is completely off, and you're just like sensing that. Okay, so we have Aquarius that came out, second house, and Taurus. Wow, so this definitely feels like a partnership here, shared resources, but this is also about yourself in the same space. This is about how people see you. Yeah, I feel like as anything that feels like we're putting like up, like as a shield, something where we want to be seen as something, seen as, I feel like that is really changing in terms of how we're viewing that, that's kind of drastically changing how we view things, changing our intentions to more pure ones. But I do feel like for the image, I will admit this, do feel like more image based. Someone is looking to change their like way of how their intentions are because of how they want to be perceived out in the world. And that's where Spirit is saying, in order to ascertain true balance, you got to tap into what your personal truth is and what you truly value. And from that space, that self-value really kind of implements what true abundance really look like here. This doesn't necessarily have to be you, Gemini. This feels like this could be energies that you're like really experiencing in the outside world. Alrighty. So let me pull some tarot here, because this is interesting. What messages that you have for Gemini Spirit guides? Please give me a pure message for Gemini Spirit. Please give me a pure message for Gemini Spirit. Pure messages only, Spirit. For Gemini. Okay, so we have the 8 of Coins, the Wheel of Fortune, yep, that Jupiter blessings, 10 of Blades in reverse, the Justice cards can involve a Libra, the 8 of Wands, a lot of communication, the Shaman in the reverse, the Temptation card here, the Double energy, the Ace of Coins, new opportunities, the emotional repression, and then abandonment. So, and there's the Universe on the bottom of the deck. So for me as a messenger, I do have to emphasize that anything that's surface level, anything that we want to be seen as, it's not cutting it no more. Like, we have to give ourselves balance. If we're going through anything that was kind of changes, seeing like what true dark energy is, what suffering really feels like, it's okay to express that. That's the, with great pain comes what? Wisdom, right? Deep knowledge. I feel like some of us are skipping past the research. I even get someone is even stealing information from you and really taking it as their own. I truly do feel like someone is stealing someone else's research energy and researching it themselves and not really giving credit. That's for some of you guys. You could be experiencing that, or that's with someone else. But this definitely feels like toxicity. This feels like someone toxic traits, really needing to understand how new movement comes in, how blessings are bestowed on us. Giving like karma, understanding the concept of karma. Our intentions is what we receive. So sometimes people's intentions is, I'm going to manipulate, I don't know, I'm just going to use an example where someone really works hard to understand somebody and come across very, very passionate, very giving, very enlightened, but in the same space repress their emotions and really is in the same circle of toxic behaviors, things that they oppress, things that they suppress, things that are addictions that has a hold of them. Someone could be very addicted to porn. Someone could be just having very obsessive behaviors that they really don't see. and they're going through the same pattern over and over again, is because spirit keeps loving, beautiful, what they say in the Bible, God protects fools. This feels like one of them situations where you're starting to see people being protected even though they're full, like they're just fools. Their intentions all wrong. Someone just is in the space of needing to grow up. Someone just, their inability to mature really is the issue here. And it's just, they live in their toxic traits. And Gemini is very important that if you got to give yourself karmic restoration, balance, if this is in fact energies that are displayed internally, or you experiencing this from somebody else. This could be involving a Capricorn or a Pisces, or a Libra. But anybody who's displaying this kind of energy, I feel like we have to kind of see it in a deeper way. How is this affecting us in a deeper way? I have to clarify this, because this feels so confusing. This feels like, yeah, chaos. This also feels like competition, dealing with somebody's like working to be like really competitive with our partnerships, competitive and working hard on creating chaos. Oh my God, somebody really works really hard to create like chaotic situations. It's like somebody enjoys this shit, and balance needs to be restored for sure. And I feel like somebody could have possibly are getting karmic retribution. I also feel like somebody still has an angel over them. A spirit is still looking after them, because they realize that this person hasn't grown up yet, and they need something very fucking traumatic in their life. That's unfortunately sometimes people only start turning into a higher consciousness, understanding things on a higher perspective, when something completely devastating happens. Yaslin Bey said it in one of the songs, the hard-headed gotta feel it to believe it. And it feels like one of them kind of situations where it could be a very well an actual death in the family, death of some sort, or suffering to the point of betrayal. Somebody, you just found out somebody really stabbed you in the back, and really needing to move forward out of this. I feel like this could have been a past event that really kind of changed us into more of a higher perspective, into an understanding of something higher here. I feel like the karmic justice really is letting your guard down, not needing to control every single thing. I feel like that feels like go with the flow energy and see how things work out in your favor. Yeah, being emotionally available, talking about how you feel. This could be someone also wanting to communicate with you. I know my nose have been like acting all the way crazy when I've been doing Taurus messages. Cancer message. So it's kind of weird. Sorry. It's like I'm looking like I'm all up in my nose. But anywho, back to you guys. Yeah, you got the Justice card here twice. So this definitely feels like things that were really repressive emotionally. Someone is starting to see the justice behind it, justifiable energy here. Somebody feels justified in not growing up. And because of the fact that they saw so much pain and devastation, they've been heartbroken before. But the realization is that they're starting to see and realize that in order to have an upper hand in life, one must understand the concept of karma, the concept of karmic balance, the concept of negative and positive, to dichotomy energy. This feels more so where someone who refuses to grow up and really don't see situations because of the fact that they're still living in pain and this is being repressed. So it's like something painful event that's being repressed, but then it's also repressing their maturity. So I feel like spirit is here to give this justice. They see that this person is really struggling in this capacity. And this is where certain events could be taking place here to kind of help us come out of that struggle, out of the coldness, being cold towards our own emotions or others. This is really coming into balance here, unlocking that energy. Wow. So let's get some advice here for Geminis. If this is a marriage, it feels like there's no emotions here. Let me clarify that. Nine of, yeah, the nine of, what's the call is here? I feel like it's just frustration. Somebody is very frustrated in a marriage. Oops. It's not deep enough. The relationship doesn't have any depth. It's not really spiritually depth. So that's what makes this relationship surface based. This could be, again, that kind of connection, as I was mentioning before, where like anything that we just see as like, oh, you know, what we see at or we see ourselves as, oh, I see myself as a married couple, because it's like something that we want to be seen as. But internally, it's not what it cracks up to be. It's like we're only there for the image of it. Freedom. Spirit advice is saying freedom. Anything that you feel attached to, codependent to, that's very pessimistic, hopelessness and everything, and really not following through what truly liberates you, truly feels like freedom. Spirit guides is saying free yourself. Okay? Freedom is definitely here. That's 20. This is making that decision. You have the High Priestess here twice in the reverse. Someone has to break free from surface-based level of thinking and really tap really deep into independent research about oneself. So we have rebel, choice, awareness, rejoice, movement, enslavement, and release. Freedom is a way of life we choose for ourselves or offer to another. World history is littered with incidences of enslavement of people or subrogation of ideas, as well as the stealing away of possibility or the denial of opportunity. Attachment is a powerful dynamic we use to learn cooperation with the outer world. Detachment teaches independence of the inner world. True freedom, however, comes with transcending both. Embracing a position defined by the complete acceptance of and the total surrender to the circumstances at hand. This spiritual concept, sorry. My nose is itching. My scarf coming down, y'all. I'm a mess. I'm sorry. I look like I'm doing cocaine or some shit. And I don't, for the record. Anyways, the spiritual concept may feel like a lot like apathy, but in truth, it is the purest form of love and compassion. From what do you need to free yourself, and how can you live in freedom? Wow. Woo, Gemini, this is an interesting reading because it feels like so many different messages are here. I feel like you need to truly free yourself from people who really need to grow up, who really has this inability to like see how blessed they are and how emotional repression is really repressing marriages and connections and contracts. Someone just needs, like, it's just very image based and it's heartbreaking. And I feel like you kind of know what you need to do to like gain more a sustaining mature connection with this Ace of Coins here, something that's like more, that has longevity attached to it. All right. I feel like something that started up also stopped. And that's where like all of this repression came from. And kind of hide in like superficiality. And I feel like if that's an experience that you had with someone or within yourself, this is something that's being addressed in these coming weeks or have already been experienced. Anyway, that is my time. Guys, thank you so much for coming to this message. I love you guys. And please, please, please be fearless and still love life. And I love you.